I got a haircut today. Anyways, so if you want to learn coding for the first time and you thought of starting with Python, then you should definitely consider watching this video. Hello everyone, I am Shubhamoy and in this video I will tell you why you should not learn Python as your first programming language. Keep in mind that I am talking about your first programming language. I am not saying कि ये मत सीखो या फिर वो मत सीखो. I am just saying not to learn this as your first programming language. I know. There are thousands of videos and articles which tells you to learn Python as your first programming language. But watch this video till the end. I am going to make sure that you understand the complete context of this video. No doubt Python is a great language, but its main use case is in data science and machine learning industry. And if you are just getting started with programming, then you are definitely not going to pursue machine learning or data science just from the moment you are starting to code. Python is not that difficult to learn. I mean, it's super readable. It has got meaningful syntaxes. But if you learn Python as your first programming language, you are definitely going to get the idea of how entire programming thing works. But you may miss out on some very important programming concepts, which I did when I learned Python for the first time. And you are only going to realize it when you go on to learn languages such as C, C++, or Java after learning Python. If you look at the placement scenario by tech companies in India, then as a fresher, those companies will prefer you to know C, C++ or Java. Even in their interviews, they will prefer C, C++ or Java. And if you are into web development, you need to know JavaScript. If you want to do competitive coding, then Python is going to be a painful language for you because it is an interpreted language which makes it relatively slower than languages such as C, C++ or Java. Any programmers will prefer C, C++ or Java over Python for competitive coding. Learning data structures and algorithms with languages such as C, C++ or Java will not only strengthen your foundation, but it will also place you in a higher position when you apply for a job as a fresher. Python blocks the learning of a concept called first class function because when we define a function in Python, we declare it by a keyword called def, and due to this, you are not able to learn the concept of first class function. And this is the very reason why in the course of Harvard that is called CS50, they teach C language at first and then they cover Python. If you are just getting started with coding, you probably have no idea about first class function, but this is an important concept in the world of programming. But Python blocks the learning of this concept. I started programming when I was in my 11th grade. I learned Python in the beginning. Then I started doing competitive coding and I realized I picked up the wrong language. Then as soon as I finished my 12th grade, I did the CS50 course from Harvard. I learned C language and I made my foundation strong. यू मस्ट हैव हर्ड मेनी प्रोग्रामर सेइंग कि अगर तुमने एक प्रोग्रामिंग लैंग्वेज अच्छे से सीख लिया तो बाकी प्रोग्रामिंग लैंग्वेज सीखना बहुत ही आसान होता है क्योंकि यू जस्ट नीड टू नो द सिंटैक्सेस. But this may not be the case with you if you learn Python as your first programming language. I faced lots of issues due to this. When I moved to other languages from Python, I had to learn things just more than syntaxes. So the thing is, if you move to other languages from Python, it's going to be relatively tougher because you need to know things more than syntaxes. And if you move to Python from any other language, then it's going to be relatively easier. So मैंने इतना सारा चीज तो बता दिया कि पहले Python नहीं सीखना चाहिए, तो पहला लैंग्वेज कौन सा सीखे, राइट? So if you are just getting started with coding, then you should pick languages such as C, C++ or Java. You can pick any one of these and you can start your coding journey. You can also learn JavaScript. Be it web technology or be it mobile technology, JavaScript is being used everywhere. So even JavaScript is a good option to go with. But I would recommend you to learn C, C++ or Java, any one of these in the beginning. Then you can move to other languages such as Python. I made this video from my complete experience with Python. I started my programming journey with Python, but then I faced lots of issues. You may not face the similar issues that I faced, but these are the points that I discussed in this video are common points which most of the people who start learning Python as their first programming language face. You can even look at websites such as Stack Overflow or Medium. You will find hundreds of articles where programmers talking about programming language discuss about these points. If you like this video, then do not forget to press the subscribe button, like this video and share it with your friends if you think this video added some kind of value to you.